In the ever-churning landscape of television, where spin-offs are often gambles, and even ratings gold can't guarantee longevity, the unexpected success of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has left fans with one burning question. Why was young Sheldon canceled, when its universe clearly still had so much more to give? CBS's announcement of young Sheldon's final season came with the usual fare celebration of its run, a nod to its loyal fanbase, and vague gestures toward creative closure. But now, just months after young Sheldon's finale aired, the strong ratings and enthusiastic reception for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage are rewriting the narrative. What once looked like a graceful bow-out is starting to feel more like a missed opportunity. Because here's the twist, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage isn't just a passable spin-off coasting on nostalgia. It's good. Really good. And viewers are showing up. A surprising star duo. Let's be honest. When CBS first floated the idea of spinning off young Sheldon into a series centered around Georgie and Mandy, the reception was tepid at best. Georgie Cooper, the brash older brother with a heart of gold, occasionally buried under several layers of immaturity, was never the fan favorite that Sheldon or even Missy was. And Mandy, introduced late into young Sheldon's run, seemed like an odd choice for a co-lead. But the writers saw something the rest of us didn't: chemistry. And in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, that chemistry is the beating heart of the show. Audiences aren't just watching for the laughs, although there are plenty. They're investing in a young couple learning how to be parents, partners, and adults, all at once. The show strikes a rare balance between grounded family drama and comedic charm, capturing some of the emotional weight that young Sheldon occasionally dabbled in, but with a bit more maturity. In short, it's the kind of show that grows with its audience, and perhaps the kind of show young Sheldon was becoming before its time was cut short. The ratings don't lie. Let's talk numbers. According to Nielsen and several streaming analytics firms, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage debuted to an audience of over 6 million viewers across broadcast and streaming platforms, a figure that rivaled, and in some weeks surpassed, late-season episodes of Young Sheldon. And more importantly, the key 18 to 49 demographic responded strongly, signaling that this wasn't just a nostalgic holdover from the Big Bang universe. It was something fresh. Week over week, retention has been high. Critics have given it solid reviews, praising its grounded storytelling, authentic character arcs, and surprisingly thoughtful approach to early marriage and parenthood. Social media engagement, too, has exploded. TikTok edits of Georgie and Mandy's heartfelt scenes circulate widely. Reddit discussions are lively, with fans dissecting each episode with the same fervor once reserved for Sheldon's scientific rants. This isn't just a fluke, it's a hit. And that makes the end of young Sheldon look more like an accident of timing than a natural conclusion. The ghost of Cancellation's past. To understand why young Sheldon's cancellation stings a bit more now, we have to go back to how it ended. In its final season, young Sheldon was evolving. The stories were less about Sheldon's social quirks and more about the family's dynamic, the fragility of youth, and the looming heartbreak fans knew was coming. The tragic death of George Sr. hovered like a storm cloud. Missy was coming into her own. Mary was becoming more complex. And Georgie, yes, Georgie, was becoming a character with depth. In many ways, young Sheldon was no longer just the Sheldon Show. It had grown into an ensemble drama with a nostalgic but sharp lens on growing up in Texas in the 90s. And audiences were here for it. So when CBS pulled the plug, citing a natural endpoint and declining interest, most viewers accepted it, if reluctantly. But now, seeing Georgie and Mandy thrive, it's hard not to feel like the Cooper family saga still had some mileage left. A universe that refuses to shrink. Television universes are tricky. Most spin-offs fade into oblivion because they fail to recreate the magic of their predecessors. But the Big Bang universe has now successfully spawned not one but 2 spin-offs with distinct identities. That's rare. And it suggests that there's something in this world, its characters, its tone, its approach to everyday relationships, that continues to resonate. With Georgie and Mandy's first marriage proving that there's still a massive appetite for the Cooper family story, CBS might be facing a too little, too late reckoning. Could young Sheldon have survived another few seasons? Could we have seen more of Missy's rebellious teen years, more of Mary's crisis of faith, more of Sheldon's growing discomfort with his hometown life? Now, we may never know. A new torchbearer. Still, perhaps the success of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage offers something more than just a reason to question past decisions. Maybe it's also a sign of rebirth. The show, at its best, is not trying to be young Sheldon 2.0. It's not focused on fan service or forced references. It's telling its own story. One about navigating adulthood under the weight of young parenthood, strained relationships, and financial hardship, all without losing the comedic underpinnings that defined its origin. And that's what makes it work. If young Sheldon passed the baton, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is running with it. And fast. What's next? Now, CBS and the showrunners face an interesting conundrum. Do they double down on the Georgie and Mandy story? Do they explore new avenues with other characters, perhaps a Missy-centric coming-of-age drama, or even a peek into Mary's life post-tragedy? The ratings suggest that audiences would follow them. But whatever the future holds, one thing is clear. Young Sheldon may have ended, but its world is far from finished. And as fans tune in week after week to see Georgie bumble through fatherhood and Mandy juggle dreams with diapers, there's a shared sentiment growing louder with every episode. Maybe young Sheldon was canceled too soon.